Today I am going to show you how to do some of the folding for my interactive notebooks because I know I get some questions sometimes on how is this supposed to be put together. Every downloaded file has sample images too and written descriptions, so this is just extra if you're still feeling confused, which is fine. Okay, so I have just a couple basic types of foldables that I use over and over and over again in my notebooks. So the first one looks like this, and it is just a threefold. So you fold one side down. It doesn't matter which one. And here, let me see if I can get you down a little bit. Okay, so I fold one side down, and then like this, down, and then I fold the other side. So it looks like this. Okay, so that's what you do if you see something like this. You fold it up like this so that then you glue down this side and you can open it. Excuse me. Okay, so that's one way to fold. You're also going to see pockets, a lot of pockets. Usually the pockets look like this. Sometimes, because I really need all the space possible for foldables, I will make them a rectangle, but they'll be a big rectangle and they will be identified as pockets. Usually the pockets look like this, and so that means I'm going to put glue on the four sides, and then this side is open so I can stick things inside the pocket. So when you see a pocket, there'll usually be at least two, sometimes more, and then you'll have the pieces that you put inside the pockets. So it will look like this. And then there's another piece. So sometimes there'll be one thing to put in a pocket. Sometimes there'll be two. Sometimes there'll be more than that. So that's what you do with pockets. Pockets are my favorite because sorting is really good for our brains, and it's something that is interesting to our high achieving students. The sorts are interesting, but it's also really it's really accessible for our struggling students. Okay, sometimes you'll see pages like this, and what you can do is just leave it in there like this in your notebook. This is usually how it looks in my samples because I want you to be able to see as much as possible, but you can also fold it. So in this case, in this case, you would fold like that, and then fold this part down. And that's going to save you a lot of space in your notebook and just be a little bit more fun. Okay, so it would end up looking like that. Okay, so that's what that will look like. And I'm just going through one of the notebooks that I'm currently putting together. So I'll have pockets again, but we already went through there. Here I have one, and this brings up a good point because this looks like the threefold and then it has the dotted lines in the middle. The dotted lines are where you fold. Okay, the solid lines we cut out, and the dotted lines are where we fold. Occasionally, it only makes sense to have a solid line, but you don't cut it. I try to always point out, like, don't cut it here. It doesn't make sense. But so here we would just fold over. So I start at the end. I'll pull this down. Start at the end right here, and then fold it over. And then my one is on the top. So one thing you will notice with these lesson by lesson foldables is that it's always an odd number of boxes, and that's so that you'll always be able to see a front instead of seeing the back. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Let's see what else we have. Oh, another threefold foldable. And oh, here's one. So this I don't use a whole bunch, but I do occasionally, usually for estimating when you need to round under here. And so you can leave it just down like this, or you can fold these up if you want to save space. Okay, so you would fold each of these up. Okay. And here is a vertical, large, threefold foldable. You can have either the question showing or the answer showing, depending on how you fold it. I usually fold it so that the answer is showing. But you can fold it either way. Okay. So I've got that, and then I would put my glue here. And now that thing that was big only takes up a little bit of space in your notebook. Okay, same thing here. This is just like the vertical, but threefold that we just did, but it's smaller, so you would, and I'll show you how to fold it the other way. This time I fold the bottom up, and then the top down, and now I can see the top. Okay, so either way of folding those are fine. And so sometimes I'll have these, you can either, oh no, this one you have to leave down. You can't fold it up because this is a flap that you write underneath. So here you're going to find the area of this rectangle and write the answer under the flap. And here you find the perimeter and write the answer under the flap. So those you just leave how they are. Then another threefold, pockets. I do make an effort to change it up so you're not doing the same thing over and over again. But if there's lessons that build on each other, then sometimes I'll leave them the same so that kids can really see that you're building on what you already know. Okay, I think this is my last one. So this is another one that they're flaps. So you put glue on the side right here, and then you put your answer or your work under the flap. So these are multiplication ones. So on these you would use the standard algorithm underneath the flap in your notebook. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for people who are just starting to use interactive notebooks or want to give it a try but aren't sure what it will look like. You can get them all on Teachers Pay Teachers, or you can check out my website, myrainydaycreations.com, because I used to live in rainy Washington. Now we're in Texas. I don't think I'm going to change my store name though. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.